All right, we're back at it. Hey, this is our fourth week of November, Cano-vember, getting to know people, getting to know characteristics of God, attributes that are going to help us, that strengthen us. And we've saved the best for last. We're going to talk this week about hope and knowing hope. And Kim Mendez is with us. It's going to be awesome because she has a story of hope and the process of this. How much time altogether are we talking about? A year and a half?
4 years total.
4 years total. Because and sometimes, we want things to happen really quick, but the best things in life have to be built.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell a little bit about your story.
It started about 6.5 years ago. I was a single mom with 4 kids, working 2 jobs, just kind of trying to survive. I knew that God had something bigger for me, but I didn't know what it was. I knew I had to go back to school. I tried looking at several different things. There were several options that all seemed fairly obtainable, but none of them really inspired me. Nothing really stuck. And then one night I had this crazy, vivid dream. I was in this battlefield and there was just fire and explosions and chaos all around me. And I was moving through this field from patient to patient with this shield of protection and complete peace that surrounded me. And I woke up from the dream and said, "You want me to do what? Do you know how many kids I have, or how old I am, or how little money I have?" And so I sat on it and did nothing. Until about 6 months later, I lost my job, and I looked at God and said, "See, I told you, I can't do that. It's just not going to happen. I have even less money now. It's not going to happen." And besides that, I'm not the natural born leader. I'm not the type A personality. I'm quiet. I'm shy. I'm too old. Most of these people are in their 20s. I'm 38. I can't. And he told me, "I have called you by name and you are mine. I created you. I know what I have for you." And that he knew that I wasn't the typical firefighter or paramedic. I wasn't that person. It was just as much about the things that I wasn't as it was about the things that I was. And he told me that he had called me to this because he wanted me to bring the light into the darkness and to bring his hope to his children in their darkest hour. And I cried. I went to WorkSource, and they said, "Well, what do you know? We have a program for veterans that are unemployed between these certain ages. You seem to fall into that. Just pick a field on this list." And I looked at the list, and firefighting and paramedic were not on there. And I went, "See, couldn't be." So 2 weeks later, I go back to sign the paperwork, and my advisor says, "Take a look at this list again. There might be something more to your interests on here." And it had just been updated the night before. Firefighting and paramedic were both on there.
Yeah, what do you know?
Yeah, what do you know? So signed up, got going off to school, applied for the EMT program, and God had this amazing way of just opening doors for me. There were 60 applicants, most of them from fire departments, and that was the preference for the program. There were only 20 positions, and I got in. Got out of EMT, continued with school, went to one of the local fire departments, applied to be a volunteer, and through the application process, I learned that there were several highly qualified people that were also applying. They selected me and put me through Fire Academy. Applied for the paramedic program, and again, there were people that had been career firefighters for 10, 15 years, had lots of experience, and I was given favor and got a position in the paramedic program. Graduated at the top of my class and got my first temporary fire job at the department where I was volunteering. And that opened doors for me, got my face out there. People started to recognize who I was, and I applied for the position I'm in now. The chief, after my interview, told me, we really want you. However, the doctor who presides over all of EMS in this county doesn't want paramedics out here. And so I'm going to have a real tough time trying to get him on board, but I'm going to go talk to him. He's not known for being a man that's easily persuaded, and he looked at the numbers and said, yeah, we'll make this work. So I'm now a full-time career firefighter paramedic in a rural community that has no other medical services, getting to do what I love and what God has called me to.
Yeah. Check it out.
Right.
Isn't it awesome that God kind of knows what he wants?
Right.
And he kind of knows how to get us to it, right? And I just think it's interesting because, you're a single mom, suddenly unemployed, with a vision, right? With a picture where God's taking you. And it's a place that was designed to keep you out. It's going to take education that you don't have, funding that you can't afford, doors are shut that you can't open. So God comes in and provides a way where there wasn't a way.
Right.
And he unfolds something in your life that he's told you about that when you look at, you can't see. I feel like I should get a piece of paper and start making cuts. And he opens it up, and when he's done, it's mind-blowing, but yet exactly what he said at the beginning.
Right.
And so the part that we have to understand, I think, and maybe grapple with each of us individually, is that God not only has hope for a Kim, for a single mom, which, by the way, now you're married.
Yes.
And how many kids you guys got?
4.
4 kids.
Yeah.
And you're happy.
Yes.
And you're doing what you love to do, and it's exactly what God said you would do. It's the thing that you thought you'd never get to do. And but not only does God have hope for a Kim or for a Tom or for a Robert, but he has hope for each and every one of you. Every person that can just hear God, believe God, and trust God can have a collision with his hope.
Right.
It's amazing what God will do and what simple acts of obedience. The human mind cannot comprehend God's response
Absolutely.
to these steps of obedience. Dude, is this awesome?
It is awesome.
It is awesome. You know what we're excited for? Is every single person having a collision with hope. Get to know Kim, get to know hope, right? And we're excited about what's coming next.